Willkommen, bienvenue, and welcome back to Dark Souls Live with Light. Let's make sure everything's live everywhere. And muted. Live and muted! And then we go over to the Discord and ping the Discord. YouTube didn't have an announcement. Oh, that's mean, YouTube. Flame Tusk, Pixel Pizza, and Mac. I'm pinging. Okay, I think it's good. YouTube did have an announcement. Apparently it didn't make it to Mac. These things happen. Okay, let's go into the bot. Turn off the channel icon. Whoop. And hopefully it's not going to crash a bajillion times this day. Previous streams, it crashed quite a bit. It was not pretty. So we're level 42. We're in Orlando. First things first, we need to attempt to destroy... okay. First things first. We need to remember how the controls work. Because it's been a little bit since we played. Agent Coco. Hey-ho. I lost all of the Quelaag fight. Wait. Lost all of the how? What does that mean? Okay, so regular attack. Strong attack. Weird parry thingy. Flying lunge. Parry. Block. Right, but what do you mean by lost all of the Quelaag fight? Like, you went in to fight it and lost? Or, like, I don't know exactly what you mean. Okay, first off, we need to see whether or not we can easily kill these big fellas. Are these the ones I want to fight? I'm fairly certain this is the way I came. Like, this guy got pretty angry when I got too close to it. And before Rip Humanity. Yeah, well... Okay, so really quite slow. I just want to get enough room such that we can see what he does. Okay. Oh, that's what he does. Okay. And he's got to jump away. Oi, where are you going? Oh, what? I pushed the button. Why the button no get pushed? Too tall to butt stab. That is at least partially the truth. The truth. Okay. That was unexpected. Like, he still has a butt for the stabbing. It's just, we don't get crits for it. Right. Stay to the right. What? What? I also thought these guys were Black Knights, but they are clearly not dark enough. They're just regular. Yes, I would upgrade my Estus if I had a Firekeeper soul, which I don't. Try to parry him, it'll be fun. Hey, Ulrich. Well, there's still Dark Souls 3 after that. Come on. I've only gotten one, and I don't remember where. I'm also gonna go this way, because I want to know whether or not we can just hitch a ride back. And also, no hints, no tips, no spoilers, no backseating, no nothing. So don't point me in the direction of a Firekeeper soul. I could probably just steal one from a Firekeeper. Hey, Night Gaunt. Shall we head back? Awesome. Thanks, Night Gaunts. Because I would actually like to fight Richard. Okay, so that's blocked off. So Richard is over this way. It's probably fastest to not re-up our bonfire. Yeah, it was surprisingly easy getting back here. What? Who? Who shoot? Huh. At me, what is the requirement to enable sponsors? Enable sponsors? Enable advertisements, you mean? Like, to get partnership and whatnot to be able to monetize your stuff? I'm not entirely certain what you mean. Okay, so the question becomes, is there a way to short circuit this part? It doesn't really look like it. Whoa. OneDrive, stop being a jerk. Yeah, I don't remember what the requirements are for partnership because I think they were lower when I initially did it. Hey, you didn't see me. Awesome. But yeah, YouTube. No, no network joining. No, no, no. Hey, there's that dude who was probably the one shooting at us. But yeah, I have never heard good things about networks. Not a single good thing. Actually, I wonder if I can lead this guy really far away and then run past him. A network is a group of people who in theory, share the resources and revenue to advertise everyone involved, but in doing so, you provide a share of said revenue to the network itself. And since you generally need to sign some sort of contract to join said network, it's very difficult to back out of when you realize they're taking all of your money. Okay, so we need to draw Richard down there because fighting on... Oh, really? Fighting on an incline is a terrible plan. But unfortunately, he's got a bow. I thought I saw it. Bow. Back to bowland. Ooh, that was a neat trick. Ha ha ha! Use the incline against him. Oh, right, he's better at inclines than I am. That was not a square that I pressed. Got him. Okay, my thing. It's going insane. And pausing doesn't help. Stop! I'm gonna need to switch controllers again. Yeah, that is... No. We cannot have that. Okay. Switching controllers, because that was stupid. I might need to restart the game. Yep, does not recognize the controller. Will need to restart the game. How do we... Fine, we'll just close it like that. Okay, catching back up with Chad. Gets parry and riposts with bare fists. Yeah, that was... I don't even know what that was. Favorite race. Tend to play half-elves if they're available. Not always available. Though, my favorite race in Moria was half-orc. What about awful fan base names? What? Come on, Dark Souls. I know it takes you a while to boot, but come on. This is just getting ridiculous. Has 50 plus species selection, chooses to be human. Humans have their allure. In the Wizardry series, Fairy Ninja is my favorite race class combo. Let's see. What game has 50 plus species selection? Well, I mean, across the various games, you did ask in general. There might be 50 different races across all of the different games. And when you get 3 to 5 different types of elves, probably only 2 types of dwarves, maybe 3. Differences between Halfling and Kender. Come on, Dark Souls. What is wrong with you? It never takes you this long to boot. Well, also depends on the world, because if you're in the Tolkien verse, you've got certain things. If you're in the Dragon Age universe, you've got something else. Well, that was weird. For some reason, Dark Souls thought my mouse was holding on to it. Last time, the game may not have been closed using quit game in the system menu. Quit the game, always select quit game from the system menu. Failing to quit the game properly can result in losing some progress. That is fine. I made no progress. All right, from Final Fantasy 14. I don't know anything about 14, so not really sure what those are. And it doesn't recognize this controller at all. So let's try it again. Whoa. Hello? Are you actually going to recognize it now? Okay. Okay, now it's not recognizing my X button. I can't play the game without the X button, can I? Like, it's got up and down, but it doesn't have the X button. Pretty soon I'm going to have to play something else. It's absurd. Okay, we'll unplug it and replug it again. Okay, we'll Alt-Tab out of the game. Alt-Tab back into the game. And no X button. Oh, maybe it thinks the buttons are wrong. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I think it might have rotated my buttons. Okay, so we'll load the game and see what my buttons do now. Aura? Ooh. Oh, we might need to plug in my other controller. Okay, so now we have both controllers plugged in. Well, rubbish. Okay, so we unplug the other controller. We unplug this controller. Plug this controller back in. The beep bit a bop is ugh. Okay, so I'll show you what it's currently doing. So this is what it's currently doing, and I can cancel out the rotation if I hold the stick completely to the right. Good luck, Agent. I'm gonna try to figure out what to do about this situation. Okay. Back to the card. I'll attempt rebooting the game once more. Except for the fact that I can't get to the menu. Ugh. Nope. Whole lot of nothing. So there we go. Goodbye, game. Okay. Going to plug in the controller one more time. Restart the game. If it doesn't work, we'll play something else. Yeah, we could head over to Opus Magnum, change all the stuff and everything, and blah. Yeah. I just don't like when games don't work. And if it doesn't just work, yeah, we'll play something else. Yeah. Game's not playing back. Or we could play Cuphead. Dead Cells. Crypt of the Necrodancer. All games that are more likely to work. I haven't gotten the next retro adventure game lined up. I wanted to do time lapse, but I couldn't get it to capture properly because it only has full screen. I wasn't able to get it to run windowed. Been figuring out your solutions yourself? Awesome. Not cheating is good. And good for you. Now it's plugged in, not reacting whatsoever. Unplugged, replugged. Okay. Slightly more responsive. How do you figure out the amount of arm/length of the track for those arm circuit things? Which arm circuit things? And there we go. Spinning around again. So Dark Souls does not like my PS4 controller. At all. So we unplug that. Plug this back in. Give it one more shot to behave itself. It might have just been a shorted connection. Oh, right. Now it doesn't like this controller. Nope, doesn't like it. I have a PS4. I don't have a lot of games for it, though. Ugh, this is really annoying. Because most of the games I have for my PS4 are either music/rhythm games or Neo. Like that's pretty much the extent of my PS4 library. I might have Lego games for it. I don't remember if I have them for the 3 or the 4. Yep, this is no good whatsoever. So Dark Souls, currently unplayable. I'll look into fixing it for next time. Sorry about the blank screen this whole time, but it's how these things go. So, we need to vote on what you want to see for the rest of this stream. So, I could do Super Meat Boy, Stardew Valley, Spelunky, Slime Rancher, let's see, PUBG, Opus Magnum, next up here is no longer available, Immortal Redneck, Golf with Your Friends if anyone wants to play with me, Enter the Gungeon, Dead Cells, Darkest Dungeon, Cuphead, Crypt of the Necrodancer, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth, Super Mario Maker, or Neo. So those are your various and sundry options. And hopefully, amongst all of you, you can eventually come to some sort of consensus. Jojishi, welcome to the stream, and thank you for voting. I don't like calling out lurkers, but thanks for the vote. Fortunately, everyone has said something different. So if anyone has said something that you are kind of okay with, bandwagon jumping might be advisable. And we don't have to play just Slime Rancher. I mean, we can do all sorts of things. Actually, I don't even have a Slime Rancher scene set up, do I? It's fine. I can set it up really quick and easy. So we have 2 votes for Slime Rancher. Unlikely to play it for the entire time because it is fairly late game, but I might want to try like the 5-day challenge. Could be fun. And it's super adorable. So if anyone else says, hey, slimes are okay, we can play that for a little bit. And if we want to switch it up again, we have time. While you think, I will set up the scene. I need to have the game running to set up a scene. I don't have everything. That's what I can say about Slime Rancher. I don't have everything yet. Okay. Then let's get everything. Okay. Okay. I think it is set up. Yeah, and if anybody changes their mind, we can change it. And yeah, that music is really loud. That seems better. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I can transition into that. Turn off studio mode and everything's good. Brilliant. Now to change everything everywhere. Okay, that is updated there. Dashboard. Yep, totally nuked out character. Dark Souls. Slime. Copy. Okay, so that's Twitch updated. Now we update Mixer. Okay. I don't have a Slime Rancher thumbnail, so let's change the thumbnail to question marks. Go. I do still try to help out with modding stuff when I can. My Discord, I tend to let everybody help each other whenever possible, but if it's a complicated question, I try to help. I just haven't made any videos for a while because nothing really inspired me. But yeah, here we are in Slime Rancher. Goal is to ranch some slimes. The end. There are a few things that go a little bit differently. Oh, actually, I'll be right back because this game uses more CPU than others. Okay, I have returned. And here we are on my lovely slime ranch. Where we have rock cat slimes. We've got weird pink walrus slimes. We've got chickens. And beets. How are these guys doing for beets? Yeah, they could use a few beets. We've got a cannon that... Oops, I need to click inside the game for that. That sucks things up. And spits them back out. Yeah, my computer currently has some minor temperature issues when doing high load CPU things, and if it gets too hot, it'll freak out and potentially kernel panic like it did in Ultimate Chicken Horse last night. So I need to make sure there's nothing near it to inhibit its airflow. Yeah, so I've got an area over here that's a nice cave type place where I've got some glowing hunter slimes. And these things collect their totally not waste products that I sell to make money. All of my slimes are big slimes, which means they are a combination of two types. And so whenever you feed them, they produce two outputs. So like these boom honey slimes, they explode and they're very sweet and they produce boom plorts and honey plorts. I feed them these weird mint mango things, which are very well stocked. And then we've got pink quantum slimes. They like phasing out of reality. Anything that I left pink, it's because I didn't really have their favorite food laying around. And pinks, you just feed anything and they're good to go. So these are mosaic tangle slimes. They like chicken and these fancy parsnips. I don't know why they're leaving so many of them on the ground, though. And when they're big, they don't fit in your cannon, so you can only just pick them up and throw them places. Over here, we've got our mosaic dervish slimes. The mosaic slimes are the things that make these shiny bits out in the world. Eventually, these fall, and where they fall, they explode. It's a little dangerous. Oing. And so, for example, we can take these. And these. And we head back to the market, and we can sell them. Or we can take them to our science lab and turn them into science. Choo! And there is a market type economy here, where if you sell too much of one thing, the price goes down. And eventually it should more or less even out if you've got even production of them. No puddle slimes in the waterfall. No, I've got my puddle slimes in their own little pool. I probably should put them in there. I think they'd like it. But I keep them over here. Sploosh! Then I got my fire slime over here. I used to have more puddle slimes, but some of them died. They're not supposed to be able to die, but they do. Hey, what are you? Get in there. You just stay in your home. Never used to have this much trouble getting them to just stay put. I do have one of the fancy upgrades for this soil that makes the fruit never rot, which is kind of handy. This is a remote terminal for my science area, so I can just dump things into science with no serious concerns. And we can head over here to Science Land, see what we need for science. I've got one fancy gilded ginger, I think it is. So I have researched all of the things that I can build at the moment. And then I can come over here and potentially build them. So I can get these various resource gathering thingamajigs and then place them in the world to get stuff. Here are various things that I never use because they're kind of pointless. I've never had a Gordo snare actually snare anything, so we'll see about that. You can build teleporters. The warp depots are where you can teleport stuff to a location. The refinery link sends it into science. Market link sends it into the market. Should probably build one of those somewhere. But I've got a bit of a shortage on royal jelly, because I keep building things. And eventually I do want to build a slime ball. So this is my refinery. This is the end point for that other thing. Yeah, they should work. It's just a question of I don't really know where you're supposed to put them to make them actually work. Over here, we've got a teleporter into the jungle. And in the jungle, I've got apiaries, because I need royal jelly. They still have a minute before they're ready to do things. I've got this teleporter that takes us up to the desert, which is a really cool and pretty place. It has all sorts of neat slimes, but unfortunately there are a lot of pink slimes around, and so they eat whatever is around and turn everything pink. But we do have some mosaics, so they cause a nice bit of danger. Yeah, I suppose we can read the book. Is that a utility, I think? Oh, I suppose we should just actually go into the thing that tells me what it is. Because this is not really going to help. Yeah, that's not going to work. So yes, we go back to science, see if it tells us anything interesting. Because you should be able to just put it down and then something will eventually arrive. That's the gist I was given. Learn more. See, like, what? That does not help at all. Oh, bait it with food and wait. So... okay. Time to go grab a chicken. Pretty sure chicken's the way to go. It's just a question of which type of chicken. I think I'll see if my painted stuff is ready. Wait a minute. Where did I put my... I thought I made a painted chicken farm. Oh, I did, but then I replaced it with the parsnips. Right, I've just got ordinary chickens. And maybe a stony. You're coming with me. Now to remember where I put the trap. I think I put it in the jungle. Kaboom. It's just a question of where in the jungle. Probably over this way. There it is. Brilliant. Now we can collect these. Hope we get some royal jelly. Even though it's fairly unlikely. That looks like one. Only got one. Do we have any more apiaries? No. Really? You guys take 40 seconds or more longer than the other ones? Oh, and during Christmas, there were ornaments in the crates. So I have a handful of ornaments. And any that I had duplicates of, I just left out in the world. Yes, the little things do dance the dance of success. And this one will. 10, 9, 8. You, get out of here. I know they can't eat this stuff, but they very often get in the way. So 2 royal jellies in one trip is not bad. Wait a minute. That was only 5. I knew there was one more somewhere. There we go. And now we just throw these into science land. Congratulations, we have completed science. And then we can come in here, look at the rewards club, and go, we don't have anywhere near enough money to reach Dancing Mongoose level 1. That's right, Dancing Mongoose Level 1. Now, unfortunately, that's the extent of the game at this point. Like, I've gone all the places, I've found all the slimes, I've built places, I've got all of their favorite foods, I have explored pretty much everywhere. I don't know how to unlock the next levels of things in here. The club is a huge money sink, yeah. I mean, I could keep building more science things to get more things for more science, but I've got no guarantee that that'll unlock the next treasure pod unlocks. Like, I don't know if I need to buy that slime key. I've already got a spare slime key. I've opened all the doors. Still got one key left. So yeah, let's buy ourselves a slime ball hoop. And then figure out where we want to put it. I kind of want to put it here, but I don't know if I need slimes around for it. Well, if we do, we'll set one of these up and fill it with pink. Real question is, where do we want it? Do we want it here? I don't really like it over on this side. Certainly don't want it near the edge of everywhere. Might look okay there. I don't like it over there. I'm thinking either here, space number 1, or here, space number 2. Is there anyone around who has an opinion? Space number 1, space number 2. We apiaries who like forestry ones, preferably with extra bees and extra trees. So, space 2? We can always move it. Okay. Hey, we've got some votes for 2. Brilliant. I'm gonna go get some slimes. I don't know how it works, but I know you need to shoot a slime into it, and I don't have any little slimes. Except for that guy right there. Oh, right. I threw a bunch of food out here. I am not bringing phosphor slimes. They disintegrate in the sun. Oi. You're coming with me, slime. I'm grabbing a bunch of pink slimes because there's also an achievement for jumping into a bin that holds 40 slimes. So I kind of want to get a work on that. Get to work on it. Come here, pink. The difficulty with collecting pink slimes, though, is if there is anything else around, they often turn those things pink, and those pink thing, like the pink hybrids, then drop plorts because they can eat anything, and they turn all your pinks into something else. Oh, it's a gold slime! I don't have any food! Oh well. Gold slimes, if you feed them, they give you a gold plort, and gold plorts are very valuable. Like, I think one gold plort is worth 300 or 400. But this is what the world looks like. I might as well give you a little tour. Get out of here. There are dangerous places, like over here. Danger, danger! Things that explode at you, because they're angry. They're angry! Oh, you just have to hit it with anything? Good to know. Yeah, it's entirely possible you heard tar music. There were a lot of plorts over there. Goodbye, rock slime. Goodbye, chickadoo. And then you just jump down this hole. Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun in games. Yeah. What is this game? It looks weird. It's called Slime Rancher. It's adorable. Full of slimes. And here we are in my apiary. It's full of pink cats. Why is it full of pink cats? And then we can teleport back home. Whee! I'm gonna take one more. Actually, if we sleep, it'll be daytime. We won't have to worry about phosphors taking up the slime cap. And welcome back, X. Dark Souls, my controller decided it did not want to work. I believe I did complete the story. I went through all the areas, read most, if not all, of the H points. Got the last email. Saw the ending credits. Okay, so if they're doing that, let's head over to the coast. See how everything looks over there. But yeah, Dark Souls, my controller decided it didn't want to work. All right, I forgot these guys were here. We do not have the inventory space to deal with them. No, I'm not saying that I did anything that you didn't see in Dark Souls. Like, I got to Anne Orlando after you left. What I'm saying is I tried to play it tonight, and my controller didn't work. It was doing completely random things, and when trying to fight, you can't be doing random things. No, I said for this game, I saw the credits. This game, not that game. That's what happens when there's two conversations going on. It's hard to keep track of which one's which. Because Ulrich asked if I completed the history. Come on, just one more pink slime. Oh yeah, and these are tars. They try to bite you. They don't do a very good job. And they eat everything, so you can either hit them with water, or you can chuck them in the ocean. I don't think he made it to the ocean. I said, get in the ocean! Sploosh. Yeah, no credits for Dark Souls yet. I have barely played it at all. Is there anything interesting down here? Like, I know there was a big slime in here. Ah, there's a pod. Yay, decorative lamp. I was meaning to go back to Blighttown anyway. I felt like I missed a lot there. This is just Danger Canyon. Danger Canyon is boring! And yes, I have a weird, bubbly, water-based jetpack. Anyways, you won't find this location. Okay. It's not too surprising. I mean, if it's adequately secret, I shouldn't be able to find it. Oh, why did he escape my grasp? Most hidden thing there is. I see. And they have some pretty decently hidden things. Like, the witch in Blighttown that I wasn't supposed to find, but did because, somebody invaded me. Wait a minute. No, that's Dane. It's going somewhere I don't want to go. It's this way that I want to go. Hey, look! Even more! Just in case some escape. Charge! Okay, so let's build this one. And then we'll give it high walls, music box, and an internet. How did I find the S-Dock? Something dropped it for me really early on. Or I just found it. I haven't used it yet. Not really. That is not nearly enough slimes. I haven't finished the wilds. Yeah, I've got the S-Dock. No, I haven't completed the wilds. I did the first phase of the wilds, I think. Like, I got the anti-rot formula. Oh, I see. That's why it's difficult. It goes up and down and back and forth. I wonder if I can actually stand on it. I like the epic music for it, though. Ah, you can fit through it. That's interesting. All of those going through did not actually count. Awesome. I just wanted to see if it was reasonably cheesable. Let's try to hit one from way downtown. Oh, it almost went in. That one shouldn't have counted at all. Okay, that's an interesting game that cannot be cheated particularly easily. Let's clean up the carnage. I don't think you can rotate them, though. Unless where you build it from changes the rotation. Have a good one, X. I'm sure I can. Yeah, I think what this really takes is getting an eye in for the distance. Because if you get far enough away, you don't have too much rebound off the board. Yeah, I just keep getting closer and closer. Ah, I didn't quite beat the buzzer. And you know there's got to be somebody who is just ridiculously good at that game and just has a needlessly high score. Yeah, it's weird how much height you can get with the jetpack. Because there isn't like an absolute height limit, but there's a relative height limit. This is a much better vantage point. Only problem is I'm gonna run out of slimes. Now I'm too close. No, not 22. Yeah, 23. 24. Awesome. Okay, no jumping into the abyss, slimes. We need everybody on board for this. I don't necessarily want it to be too much easier. Like, I would like to be able to get that score from the ground. Okay, so, recommendation, to try to rotate it. So let's come over here. And install it. It does rotate. I never really tried before because none of the other things really care. Ah! Falling. Yeah, see, it doesn't catch all of them. See? I don't know why it doesn't catch all the ones that go in from here. Yeah, that's really strange. So much buffering, oh no! Okay, just in the cannon. I'm surprised it doesn't have a little collector on it, where anything that scores goes into a little collection bin. Well, that's the thing. There were several where it hit the rim or the backboard, and it still didn't register. Oh, I lost 2 of them. Oh, there's one. And there's the other. So why the cave? Just such they can't make it as far? I mean, where in here can you even set it up? Eh. Maybe. So, did y'all want to see more of this, or did you want me to switch over to Opus Magnum? I suppose I should put those slimes away. Actually, I can give these guys some of the fruit. Though I think the walruses might be getting hungry. We'll give some to these guys. And we'll give some of these to those guys. I just want to give these to these guys before I forget. Or they'll get grumpy. There we go. Okay, time to switch on over. Okay. There's this. Dashboard. Update. Here, manage. Update. Okay, updated, and updated. Oh, the pile of plorts, indeed. Let's see how this looks. Tiny! Awesome. Much better. Actually, let's see if we can make it bigger without breaking it. Brilliant! There we go. Okay, let's make sure there are no other new puzzles, because they snuck a new variant of a puzzle into Chapter 4. This Letharge separation is not what was originally there. This was the lead refinement puzzle. Sword alloy. This one. Let's start a new one and take a look. Okay, so we've got ourselves 2 leads and a sword. Yeah, no, the lead thing used to have 2 lead exits and 1 salt exit. And so when they updated it, it broke all of the solutions. This one, I don't think tin was necessarily what you needed to worry about. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I've actually optimized this one. Which of the things do we get? We get this thing. Yeah. So, yeah, almost definitely you need to, yeah, you produce tin as fast as possible because then the tin becomes iron. The real question is whether you need one of these or two. It'll probably work better this way than if you tried to put both into a single one of them. And then you just go, okay, how do we make this do everything we need it to do as quickly as possible? So you'll probably want to make the iron first because it has more bonds than everything else. So you make the iron first, then you do the tin, and you want the last tin to go from here into a bonder, and then another bonder, and then into the exit. So my money is on having to swing the tin to here, then there. So something like this. But we need to be able to get the tin to something that makes iron quickly and easily. So from here to not here. So probably to here-ish. Because you'll have one arm here that goes jabam. Then you could put a longer arm here that takes it from here to there. So we'll have this arm for finishing it, and then this arm for shabamo. Ah, bonds between the tins. Yeah, no. And so we'll want the final product to be attached here. Ah, so that's going to be problematic. So maybe swap this guy like that. Because we're going to have the final product moving from here to there, which means it'll be facing this direction, which means the infinite thing will be here. But we can't get all three of these bonds at once, though. So we might need to bring the infinite product back even further. Because we can get two of the three in one swipe. So we might actually need to bring it back up to here. Man, that's going to be quite a long swing. So maybe not swing, swing, swing. It might be swing, shift. Or we bond these onto the final product before this arrives. That might be good too. Yeah, that's probably more the way we're going to have to do it, is get these attached before this guy shows up. So that guy will arrive here, and this part will already be bonded. So something like this. I do have a lot of solutions, but it might not have been fully optimized. It would have just been a pretty decent solution. And it's still fun to play it again. So yeah, we'll drop a tin here, we'll drop a tin there. So... well, no, because this tin will still need to have two... it'll need to have 2 bonds done to it. Regardless. But yeah, I know this one is probably not video ready. Yeah, and I never just have a solution. So yeah, let's go back and see. Because yeah, I made an okay solution, and then I made it slightly better. Oh, 2 forward, 1 back. So this one just pushes it along the way. So there's no way this one's optimal. So did you see how long it took to get from here to there? Where it wasn't even doing anything useful, necessarily. It might be doing something useful. So 1, 2, 3... ah, right. And that's how I made it 1 better, is it did 1, 2, 3, and then in. So likely what I did in the other solution is got rid of that 1 extra thing here, and I swung it from this into the ending. Because we have 1 cycle where nothing happens. Which is kind of what I was aiming for with that attempt I was trying to think through for you. Oh, 109. Okay. So yeah, if we go down to F1B copy, it'll do what I just said. It'll twist it from here into the exit. And you see what I meant about getting it quickly from here into the 3rd generator? Quack, quack, quack! The green dragon! How have you not been subscribed to this point? You've been here so many times. So the real question from here would be, is there a way of doing this that would lead to the final atom taking a shorter trip? And it's probably the case that you could. That if you reverse the order of this, where you had the iron here first? No, because the iron would still need the 3 bonds even if you got it there first. A little thing you were asked about earlier with the traps was with that little 5 loop with the 2 arms. How do you know how long to make it and where to put the arms? Oh, so like this right here, How do you know how long it should be and where the arms should be? Okay, that has to do with how many things they need to do and where they need to go. So in this particular case, I know that it needs to push 2. And then I just take the shortest route back. So watch number 9. It needs to go flip, push, push, flip. And back. And then walk its way back. And so, since the mandatory movements are flip, push, push, flip, back, you've got 5 things that it needs to do, plus pick up and drop off. So that's 7 things that it needs to do. There is no way it's getting back for an 8 cycle. It just has no hope. An 8 cycle is not going to happen. And so you look at, okay, how much more does it need? Well, from here, it needs 1, 2, 3 more. So that's 10 instructions. 10 instructions? 11 instructions? Yeah, 7, grab, twist, push, push, twist, back. Oh, and it needs to reset the initial twist. Right, so 3 movements and a reset. So it takes 11 cycles to do what it needs to do. Well, everything else does their work in 4. So you can either make this a 12 cycle and make these things work in groups of 3, but since you need to alternate what you do with 5, 6, 7, and 8, I go with a 16 cycle instead of 12, such that you don't have any super weirdness going on, and thus the machine itself works on a 16 cycle. You shift this to halfway through, picks one up, and then it does the same exact thing, just offset with these 3 at the beginning. And so you go, okay, where does it need to be? 1, 2, 3. Such that when it arrives here, it's good to pick this guy up. So that's my basic methodology for figuring out how long tracks should be. So this one actually might be video ready. We're in the top percentile for money. We're in the top percentile for cycles and for area. $80 cycle loop solution. I mean, that's okay. I do that quite often with longer solutions. Like if we look here at Swish with its 1265 cycles. Where it just gets the job done. But then you also have to look at this and go, could I do it cheaper if I used a longer track and a fixed arm? And to that, the answer is probably maybe. So for this, I'd expect to use like a length 3 arm with 4 segments of track. 4 segments of track would cost 20. Plus 20 is 40 Gs. I might... No, I probably don't even need more track than that. So yeah, let's try to make this one super cheap. See if it works. So inevitably, we're going to have that there. We're going to have this here. We're going to have track, most likely in this formation. Then we have the repository and the lead. Do we pull the lead from here or here? Also, if we have a length... Well, do we need a length 3 arm or a length 2 arm? We might only need a length 2. So I think this might be enough to get it done. No, because we can't drop it onto the end. We need one that goes 1, 2, 3. So yeah, we need to make it one longer, which pushes this out to there. So the base will be here. We need it to be able to reach here. Well, we don't need it to, because we can just leave the final product here, and it'll still work. Yeah, length 2 will be fine. It'll just be one cycle, or one repetition slower. Oh, right, so it'll cost 70 because we need this and we need that. But that's still down 10 Gs from our 80 with the piston. So grab, right. Let's do a full reset for there. Grab, oh, this is in the wrong direction. That's the direction I want. Grab, plus, right, drop. That drops it there, so we want to go minus, grab, right, reset. Ah, wrong button. Ah, therein is always the rub. Things getting in the way. There we go. So we now have a tin out of the way. And then we reset and we do it again. Just we don't move it out. So instead of doing these last 3 things, we just move it onto the last space, and then we drop it, and then we move back up here, rotate, grab, left, plus, drop. That should get us to having an iron. Quack, quack, quack. Europe motive. Thank you for accepting my duck. Egor. Egor. Yegor? Egor? It's not Igor. Egor? I didn't see that there was no curve on the... Yeah. Thought it was an R. Egor. Okay, so we drop. We go minus. Grab. Spin it all the way around. Plus, we'll put it onto the thing, plus we'll put it onto the end. Brilliant. It will already be bound right here. So now we rotate it. Twice to make it ready for this guy. Then we reset. We grab this part. And we drop it here, which will make a new lead or tin. Grab it. Spin it around, snap it into place, which will have a tin here, an iron here. We want to put the iron here to get the second snap, so we rotate it that way. Then we put it back, we drop, we push, we grab, we rotate once to put the tin here, again to put the tin there, and then twice more to get ready for this tin. Reset. Once again, grab all of this. Make ourselves another tin. Spin it all the way around. Shift it into place. And then tin here, iron there. And it's pointing that way. No, it's not pointing this way. It's pointing that way. So we rotate it that way. And then back. Drop, push, grab, rotate twice that way. And then reset. Let's see how fantastically this crashes. Oh, right. We need to bring it around from the other direction. One. So we rotate twice. Shift once. Well, no. Rotate once. Twice. Shift, yeah. So we go the other direction and do that right there. And we're good. It was a minor correction. Pretty much any other correction would be a huge ordeal. And now we just let it run. Nice, cheap solution. I'm fairly confident it required all of those pieces of track. You might be able to trim it down by 5G more. There might be some tricky way of using the track. Yes, this is cheaper than the piston and 2 tracks. Because this one right here is the piston and 2 tracks. So we need a new name for this one. So we've got a fixed arm. We've got a little bumpy road. Let's call it Bumpy Road. So this one right here, Swish, uses 2 track and a piston. Whereas this one uses 4 track and no piston. And generally, when you've got a nice cheap piston solution, that's how you make a cheaper arm solution. Okay, then we've got Push, which uses... It's approaching a smaller solution. Done better than the top percentile in all metrics? Well, in the 3 metrics, yes. Which is quite feasible as you get higher and higher into the problems. So yeah, this one, as you can see, it's got some wasted stuff. And so we come over here instead and go, yeah, we can do better. Now, there's still no guarantee that this one is, in fact, optimal. Because there are still unused hexes. So there might be some sneaky way of doing this. But yeah. Can I check Discord stream chat? Probably. So what about it, Egor? It's an interesting solution. I like how it's just a little duck. Well, it doesn't really have a beak. It's almost a duck. It's slower than it looks. Peshenia. 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 They call them solutions? Yeah, they call it new solution. Oh, yeah. Peshenia? Geshen. Reshen. Reshenia. Reshenia. Yes, you do need to get Discord. It's free. So, purified gold. Haven't done this one on... Haven't really minimized this one for recordings just yet. So, yeah, someone got down to 9. I do recall seeing that. And I wasn't entirely certain how to go about it. Your phone is very full. Oh, right, phone. Yeah. Oh, I apparently got a Steam achievement. Or not a Steam achievement, a Twitch achievement. Weird. Yeah, this one just goes on for days. But clearly I'm either using something I don't need to, or I'm storing something somewhere that I don't need to. So I think when we get to silver, I think I might be storing the silver somewhere I don't need to. I don't know. It all seems necessary. So most likely I need to do it with a track. And store things on the track. But yeah, this one is just a binary counter. Like, that's all this is doing. It's counting up in binary. Where each element is a bit. So you have lead as the ones place, you've got tin as the 2s, 4s, 8s, 16s. So this counts from 0 through 31 in binary. Many, many times. And still isn't as tiny as you can make it. That's what really gets my goat. But yeah, I think the way to make this one even smaller is to put each of these along a track and have just one arm doing all the things. I did this for 650 cycles. Yeah, this one goes for a long time. 1799. That's why it's called a good year. My fast one here at 112, probably optimal. Probably what a lot of people did. Also, binary counter, just big and expensive. Nice. But as with pretty much anything binary, if you can do it in parallel, it goes quite a bit quicker. So this one I really like. I really like the way it looks. But it grabs everything the moment it exists, moves it one space, and then drops it. But yeah, depending on the way you look at it and the way you think about it, you could have had both of these standing upright and then pull it towards the center. I just like this structure right here where you cross over with the 2 arm and the 1 arm. Oh yeah, if you only use 1 arm for each lead, that's going to be half as fast as you could have it. That one change will double the speed of your thing. Because if you try to have 2 leads into 1 producer, it won't produce the tin as fast as you should be able to. Because anything with these black entry points, it takes 3 cycles for the product, and so you won't be able to produce it as fast as you're supposed to. So by having a 4-cycle input, the 3-cycle output doesn't matter. What else did I do for this one? Yeah, this is one that someone suggested. It just doesn't work. Because of that 4-cycle, 3-cycle problem. Speed limit. I wonder why I called it that. Oh, right, I was trying to do something weird. Because I wanted to try to get it with just the 2... Like, I wanted to use 3 of these inputs and 2 of the transformers. Since this has a 3-cycle, I wanted to use 3 inputs and see what I could make happen with this. It's cool, but it's not as fast as it needs to be. I still like it. Now, what was this one? Oh, right, this is a one... This was the one that taught me about the 2-cycle, 3-cycle issue. Because this is now a 6-cycle. And so it's really quite slow. So it goes jump up, jump up, jump up, jump up. So this one should have about the same speed as that speed limit one. Yeah, pretty close. 159 versus 161. Yeah. So that's pretty much the limit of having the 2 producers. Or the 2 transmuters. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Was there anything else you wanted to see? Did you want a sneak peek of tomorrow morning's episode? Mine, you had to do the lead repeats until the gold outputted. I'm pretty sure everyone does. Well, yeah, because you need a full gold cycle before it repeats. And so that's what this is doing. Like, it's repeating until it's time for gold. And so you see this as the full cycle. You multiply this by 6, and then you know how long it's going to take. And so now that this one is more compressed, you know it's faster. Copper collisions. That's a problem. So yeah, tomorrow's episode is going to involve this. This horrendous monstrosity. Because this used to be this lead ore, 2 lead outputs and a salt. And if you tried to put more than 2 lead in each of the leads, it would ignore them. So you'd put 2 here, 2 in the other one, and then 2 of the 3 salts counted. And so out of these 7 things, you would only get 6 value. And that's just terrible. Now you can shove them all in, and it's great. But yes, this is my fast solution. It is a nightmare. Spaghetti all over the place. Whereas my tiny one is just this. A gorgeous little gem of a solution. Looks like a rupee. So did you want to see either of those in action before I go? Because the stream is pretty much over at this point. I also have... Oh, that one is... Oh, right. Bandit is the low cost. Low cost is just an arm. That's how low cost goes. You want to see noisy? Mind your ears. My favorite part is this right down here. So this one is a prime example of a divide and conquer algorithm. That no matter how big your thing is, if you cut it in half at every step, it becomes trivial. So actually, my favorite part is how you have these guys up here with so many arms only grabbing one thing at a time. Like, it grabs one thing, moves it, drags it along, and then drops it. Nothing grabs anything it isn't supposed to. But yeah, this extra lead that is superfluous. Because the one lead exit is already saturated. The only way to make this more optimal would be to somehow get the salt from up here into the salt bin faster. Have a good one, Igor. It's really quite late. Baka. But yeah, we have something going into the exit every 2 cycles in both cases. The only problem is that we have 1, wait, 1, wait. And so, yeah, more like good morning indeed. So we have this one go in, that one go in, but then there's a time where there isn't a salt. So right in here, we need to have this salt being here. But we can't. It's all the way over there. And there's no way of slicing it off and just getting it here. Like, that's not going to happen. And so, yeah. Step 1, we slice it in 2. Step 2, we slice this. Step 3, we slice that. Step 4, we slice both this and that. Now, every single atom of that ore is independent. Every last one of them is separate from all of the others. One of them is already ready to go in. Move this over and that up. And so, yeah, the big problem with this particular solution is finding a way to get this salt over here. And so, yeah, there's a tiny window where this entire area is open, and it just swings from here to there. Now, I had a very different solution for the original problem, where I actually split it in 2 and drop things into the bins on separate sides. But now that we only have 2 bins, I had to start over and had to take a bit of inspiration from that solution, the airship fuel solution, and just piece by piece, how do we divide and conquer? Because as a programmer, you need to learn how to do divide and conquer algorithms. They are so very helpful in turning problems from something that's completely intractable to something that's completely trivial. But this will be featured in tomorrow morning's episode, so you're not getting too much of a sneak peek on that. Stain remover, I believe I have as optimized as I want. So I'll be able to make an episode on this sometime this week or this weekend. Sword alloy, we just grabbed ourselves a nice cheap solution, so this one should be close to ready to go. I'm going to revisit this one and see if I can do anything to it, but I think that one's good as well. Invisible ink is not ready yet. I'm going to need to make it cheaper and smaller, potentially faster. Which one is this? This one might be okay. Max Maria Wachholder. To get the top percentiles, you have to finish the story mode and then go into the options menu. And then it's right here. At least, yeah, you have to complete the game to unlock it. So once you've done all of the puzzles, you can go back and see what the top percentile is, but they want you to just make your own solution first. Just do what you can, do as well as you can. Then if you want to super optimize it later, knowing what to aim for, they have those available. So yeah, invisible ink, I'm not 100% that this is the fastest it can be done. I've learned a lot of stuff since I worked on that. But then again, if we analyze it, grab, move, grab, move, grab, move, grab. Okay, so 1, 2, drop. I'm comfortable. I am comfortable with this solution. And I love the symmetry. Yeah, I really like the symmetry of this, and I do believe that's as good as you're going to get speed-wise. Having the last water 1, 2, 3 into the bin, that's good. So yeah, before this one is episode ready, I'm going to have to make it cheaper and smaller. Because it's kind of small, but with this sticking out all the way over here, confident you can do better. And then money-wise, yeah, that one is just focusing on being done more than being small or cheap. But I do need to get going. I'm sorry this was supposed to be a Dark Souls stream, but my controller completely fritzed out, and that was just no good. So hopefully I can figure out what's wrong with it and get it working, or figure out why it doesn't like my PS4 controller. So many issues. But did a little bit of slime ranching, a little bit of Opus Magnum. There will be an episode of this tomorrow morning featuring the Litharge separation with 30, 41, and 14, or wait, 30, 24, and 13. That one, it's interesting. I will work on the other ones for this weekend, hopefully to be able to have at least 2 episodes every week for at least a little while. And I'll stream again on Friday. I don't know what, because I don't know what's going to work, and I don't know when Celeste is coming out. Celeste and Full Metal Furies, I would like to do videos or streams of one or both of them, but I don't know yet which format will be better for them. So if you're not already in my Discord, I will likely put a poll there for whether people would rather see them in videos or streams. No, he's probably the world's best solution. Probably. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if someone else came up with it as well. Fastest, quite possibly. Feels like you might be able to shave one off of it, but I don't know. But anyone who went through my thought process will come to the same solution, where you pull it apart, you pull it apart, you pull it apart, and move it to where it needs to go. There are only certain pathways that are even allowed to you. But if someone has something comparable that isn't exactly the same, I'd love to see it, how the divide and conquer led to a different solution. That'd be great. But either way, thank you all for being here. Thank you for everybody who followed. If you're not currently following, feel free to, well, on YouTube it's subscribe, but on Twitch and Mixer it's following. Totally free, lets you know when I'm going to go live. And can join the Discord down in the doobly-doo for announcements, polls, questions, concerns, comments, sharing of solutions. And I will see you in the next video or live stream of Opus Magnum or Dark Souls or who knows what with light.